Hey fellas, it's 265 Chevy here at Two Car Garage. Yeah, I'm down here tonight. I think today is March 7th. Yeah, March 7th, Monday. Down here farting around. What I'm working on a Mallory distributor. Unilink. Came off the 327. Brought it over to Performance Ignition. They said the module's working. But way back in the day, I had a fire. I'm talking about a long time ago. So he told me the module's working, but the wires are too short. That to get another module is like 150 bucks. Plus cap and road. I think everything was about $150. So he would recommend Naeem to use this thing. My whole idea is, well, I have an idea in my head about the Chevelle somewhere down the line, and I just want to try to get that thing. I got to put it all back together, so I'm gonna try to get it running, so I can move this thing around a little bit instead of just always sitting in my garage, and so I have more work room to do house stuff and working here, and instead of always working out in the yard or whatever when it's raining or whatever. Same with the Firebird. But what I did with this thing, I actually, this hole right here was a lot smaller. So I went and drilled it out, made it bigger, put another grommet in it, another little plastic piece, grommet, and then I put some new wires on and soldered the wires so I can get these wires through this grommet, and then I'll hook another connector to it, which might not be the same one because I don't even think I could buy these anymore. Mallory sold out to MSD, and I don't even think they got the piece that goes that way, but to get this piece you'd have to buy the module. So I'm gonna have to get another connector and then splice all my own wires. So I'm fooling with this here. So just get it back together, bring that to them tomorrow, let them test it out and see if it's good. Also, hold on a second. The same guy from MSD Performance Ignition. He sells things on consignment. So I bought this Holley 650 double pumper. You know, I'm gonna have to jet it down a little bit. It was on a race motor. Pretty cheap, about I think it was like $225. And also bought a little tack. I'm just trying to get some pieces and parts. When I come across, that was a Craigslist find. You know, so when I do get around to rebuilding this motor, this little 327 here, at one time, I think it ran, the best ran it ever ran was 1119s in a 66 Chevelle. And the motor was rebuilt. It only probably has a good 50 passes on it, something like that. So 50 or 60 passes, I remember. And just needed to throw it all back together. Then I'll be able to throw it in the car. And you know, I pretty much got all the parts. I mean, I'm gonna have to go buy head gaskets and stuff like that, but you know. So worked on in the attic today. The house kind of came to a standstill. My friend's still working on that other place, and so I can't get the crown molded in. So that's what I'm waiting on. So I've been doing things around here. Yesterday, I completely cleaned out all around the Firebird, moved all the wood underneath the Chevelle, took all the stuff out of the, you know, other Chevelle, and so I can get a little workroom around the Firebird. Can't move this. This is my wife's mom's table that she wants that Turbo Cobra is building for us. I made that little contraption so so when we went and picked it up from her mama's house, I mean, I guess her dad just died probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years, I think. And they just sold the house probably roughly maybe 4 months ago, something like that. So this is one thing my wife wanted, so that's what we did. Also, I already brought them upstairs, but I bought on Craigslist. Guy had 68 Chevelle. He sold it a long time ago. He had 2 floor pans, side to side, front to back on both sides. Mine ain't really that bad, but I do have some, you know, some spots that have a little bit of rust issues, so I'll be able to cut them out and out of that floor pan and be able to patch it into this one. So you know, I was like $100, couldn't pass it up, so I bought that. So I'm just down here fixing this so I could bring it tomorrow, let them test it out, and then if it passes his inspection, which I think it will, then you know, before I put it on, you know, I'll clean it all up and you know, sand all this down and get it back, you know, nice and shiny and all that good stuff. You know, clean a little bit of rust off of there, and should be good to go. Buy the cap and the rotor tomorrow, so I'll have it. It's pretty easy ignition. Mallory Unilite's a little decent little distributor, but that's about all I'm doing, fellas. Kind of tired. You know, I had to bring my mom to the doctor's. Well, I had to go get her to get blood work, so she's about to have a CT scan, and be doing that tomorrow. Got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I might come down here and move some more stuff out of here. That was one of the problems, is that I didn't have any workroom up in here. I had all the wood from and all kind of other stuff from the house renovation up in here. But I've been working hard just to I've been moving all that stuff up to the attic. The attic's in a big disarray, but the attic floor is almost done. So I only got maybe, you know, 5 or 6 more boards to put down, and the floor is finished, put back down. And you know, I'll work back and forth with that and down here, and little bits and pieces of this, little bits and pieces of that, until we get the crown molding. Here's the crown molding over here. I already bought. It's all ready to go. But I just figured I would give y'all a little, you know, little update on what I'm doing, and just go from there. You know, can't wait to get working on this crazy little thing. But this thing is actually it's totally gonna be a throw together. You know, I'm just gonna throw it back together, paint it all black. You know, primer, whatever, and no interior. just little cars I can move it around and maybe do some burnouts here and there. But you know, we're going it as I go. But I got so many irons in the fire. Only could do one thing at a time. But still striving to fulfill the dream. But I just figured I would make a little video and see what's going on. Need to do a lot of work up in here. Oh yeah, I have a question for y'all. I was thinking about this yesterday after I watched a YouTube video. Maybe y'all can answer this. I've watched a lot of guys put up, you know, I still need to pipe this building for my air compressor. I mean, I built that, but that's just temporary. I mean, that's gonna stay like that, but you know, the way the piping's gonna be a little bit different on there. But man, who is it? It's the guy with the Impala. I forgot his name, and I'm so sorry. I just watched the video last night. Sam, I think his name's Sam. But anyway, he was saying that he's gonna pipe, and everybody that I actually see, it's not really just Sam, but everybody else that I see, they run the pipe and they run it up to the top of their building. You know, and then they do drops. Okay? And I understand all that, but the whole thing about it is that I think that you want to cool the air. So why wouldn't you run it more in the middle or more towards the bottom? I mean, you still would have drops that would go down all the way to the floor and then go out. You know, you don't need a lot of pipe for it to drain. You know, you only need so much pipe for it to drain. And then you come up, because gravity, because I mean, people make a little U and then come back down, because gravity, water don't want to go up. It always wants to go down. So you run it closer to the floor or mid-range of the building. Then you come out, you know, you come down, you go out, and then you come, you know, you come down, you come over like a U, and you go up. You can put a T in there for your drop to go out so you can drain it, and then you come up to whatever you want to feed. But the air is cooler at the bottom than it is at the top of the building. Because I know myself, in the middle of summer, it's got to be at least, say, 100 degrees up there. But down here, you know, it's, you know, 90, 92. Well, it might even be hotter up there doing summer over here. So why people don't run it more at the bottom? Is there a reason for that? So I just figured I would throw that out there, let y'all think about it a little bit, and maybe y'all can make a couple of comments. You know, it might be a stupid question, I don't know. But most everybody I see, they run their piping all the way to the top of the building. You know, I guess out of sight, out of mind, maybe. But to me, the heat at the top of the building is hotter, and that's the whole thing about it, is that you want to cool the air. So that's my question of the day, and that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm just fool farting around with this, and I'm gonna finish this up and then go take a shower and go watch some videos and go get some sleep, I got a dentist, like I said, dentist appointment for 9 o'clock in the morning. And then my mom is at 2:30. So my day's kind of shot tomorrow. So I'm going to go Harbor Freight and go bring this and go see if how this does. If I did okay or I should just throw it away. But y'all have a good one, fellas, and I'll be talking to y'all later. Alright, fellas, here's the finished project. Well, it's all coming out. So, I think it'll work. You know, it's cheaper than buying a $150, $200 distributor. That's all I want to do is just be able to move them. So, my slogan is, this is my slogan. Donald Trump's slogan is "Make America Great Again." Well, 265 slogan is just make them run again. I don't really care how they look. I just need them to run. I just need them to move. So there you go. A YouTube extravaganza here. Just make them run again. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to be working towards for the Firebird and the Chevelle. Of course, I want to paint both of them, but that's somewhere down the line. But I want to be able to use my garage. I don't want to be out here sweating and rain and stuff like that. I just like to be able to pull them out, put them on the tarmac, and pull whatever I need to work on, because I need to work on my truck. I need to work on my wife's car. Just general maintenance. I did some work on the 97 Nissan truck yesterday, the day before. Put in a new thermostat. It was running hot, and I was looking around. There's definitely some things that I need to do. So that's my slogan. Just make them run again. They've been sitting here for way too long. They need to come alive. They need to feel a little air going through their carburetors or whatever, fuel injection. So that's my motto. That's what I'm gonna be striving for. That's my goal. I don't know when, but that's what I'm gonna be trying to. That's why I clean everything out around the Firebird. So when I do get a few hours here or there, I can come tinker with this thing, just so I can get her running again. She's got the motor in it. I'm just gonna kind of clean and not really kind of clean the parts and just hit them with maybe a little rattle can or whatever. Throw it on there and let it go. Got to start doing something, fellas. I remember what keeps on sticking in my head is that talking to Wild Eyed Northern Boy, who was shooting the shit on the phone. It was a while back. And I was telling him all kind of different things, my ideas, and he goes, "Well, how old are you?" I said, 52. And he said, "Well, I don't want to bust your bubble." In so many words, this is what he said. "I don't want to bust your bubble or whatever. But, you only got another good 15 years, 15, 17 years. Well, not even 17 years. 15 years, I'll be 68. And he goes, "You really think you can be doing this at 68? Fellas, and I didn't really ever think about it like that. You kind of work every day, and you kind of think tomorrow's just another day, and you got all the time in the world. But reality kind of sits in when he kind of tells you that, and you really don't have all the time in the world. So you better do something. And like he said, you better pick and choose what you want to do. So, I picked the house, and, and we deserve that. My wife really deserves that. And so that's where I've been putting all my effort into. But these things also, means a lot to me also. And so it's great to have dreams and everything. It's great to want what you want. But in reality, the money that I make and the time that I have ain't really a lot.
Now, if I was 20 or 25, maybe so. And I'm not saying that it can't happen, but to me now it's just to get them running again, just to drive them around a block. You know, a friend of mine told me that a long time ago, and I always said, no, I got this idea in my head. Well, that idea in my head that's where it has been. It's been in my head. It's a beautiful idea. It looks gorgeous in my head. But in reality, that might not happen. So, I want to thank Wild Eyed Northern Boy for opening my eyes. You know, making me kind of realize that I guess in my life I really don't have the time. I'm not saying that I might not live to 90 or 80 or whatever, but I'm a fireman. You know, they mostly die at 70, 75. So, you know, you look at that, you know, I got 20-something years left on this earth. I want to at least be able to drive a few of these things, at least for a couple of years. You know, and I was watching another guy on YouTube. He's got a bunch of old Chevys. I mean, 55s, 56s. He's got a 66 Corvette. And if you look at them, they look terrible. I mean, but then again, you look at them, they're beautiful. But he has so much fun driving that 56 Chevy. He laughs and he's, you know, just driving it around and just, you know, it's not the prettiest thing, but man, he has a lot of fun. So I think that's the direction that I need to go. You know, maybe when I do have a lot of time, when I'm finished with the house or whatever, if the house ever does get finished. I mean, look at it, fellas. I'm one guy, and that's what I'm messing with. This big old thing, it just constantly needs maintenance, constantly. And I don't have the money to go hire crews and pay $40, $50 an hour and stuff like that. I just don't have that. And I never will have that, only if I win the lottery. And then I can't win the lottery because I really don't even play. So, let's just make them run again. If Donald Trump can make America great again, and God, if he can do that, if he really thinks he can do that, I should really be able to think that I can make these run again at least. I think my goal, I think I got a little better shot of doing it than him. I don't know why. I just don't. You know, Donald Trump is Donald Trump, but man, if it had his money, it would be a kick in the butt. But I don't want to keep on rambling. But I just came up with that slogan when I was finished the distributor. Let's just make them run again. The power hour, right, fellas? That's all you need is the power hour. YouTube Garage Gang. All right, later.